There's an unspoken truth that we all instinctively know. Family unity is the bedrock of our lives. It's the foundation, the blueprint that shapes us, the undercurrent of support and love that buoys us through life's turbulent seas. Family unity, when present, is a fortress of strength, a beacon of hope, a sanctuary of unconditional love. It's the nurturing soil in which the roots of our identity, our values, our dreams take hold and flourish. Growing up, I believed in this ideal. I envisioned my family as an impregnable fortress, a knot of tightly woven threads that no force could unravel. I saw my parents as pillars, the stalwart sentinels that held our unity aloft, their love the mortar that cemented our bond. My siblings and I were meant to be a united front, a band of allies, each other's fiercest advocates and most steadfast companions. But life, as it often does, had a different script in store. The fortress I envisioned crumbled, the threads frayed, the pillars wavered. The unity I held sacred became a mirage, a fantasy that evaporated before my eyes. The siblings I saw as allies transformed into critics, their judgments sharp as daggers, their words potent as venom. The fortress of unity I imagined was replaced by a stark division, a chasm so deep and wide that it seemed insurmountable. The pillars of my life, my parents, unwittingly became the catalysts for this divide. Their actions, their words, their choices sowed the seeds of discord, fracturing the unity I held dear. It was a painful revelation, a bitter pill that I had to swallow, a stark reminder that sometimes family unity can be a fleeting mirage. I found myself walking on a landscape of shattered trust and unspoken pain, where every action was met with preconceived notions and misunderstanding. The support I expected was conspicuously absent, replaced by criticism and judgment. The unity I sought, the solidarity I yearned for, seemed like distant stars, out of reach and unattainable. But sometimes, the pillars of our lives unwittingly become the catalyst for division. As siblings, we should have been each other's strongest allies, yet we turned into critics and judges. Instead of a supportive, nurturing environment, we were caught in a storm of constant criticism. Every word, every action, every decision was scrutinized and judged. The expectation to be perfect, the pressure to fit into preconceived molds was suffocating. The unity that should have been our strength was replaced by a stark division. Our parents, the pillars of our lives, inadvertently became the catalyst for this divide. Without realizing, they fostered an environment where we were pitted against each other, where competition replaced camaraderie. As we grew older, the division became more evident, more pronounced. The essence of siblinghood, the shared laughter, the shared memories, was overshadowed by the constant need to prove oneself, to assert one's worth. The joy of togetherness was replaced by the fear of judgment, the fear of rejection. In moments when I needed support the most, when I was caught in life's whirlwinds, it was conspicuously absent. The family that was supposed to be my safe haven became a source of distress. The people who were supposed to understand me the most misunderstood me the most. Even my partner, who should have been immune to this family divide, was not spared. Misinformation and misconceptions poisoned their perspective, turning them against me. Instead of unity, I was met with condemnation. Accusations were hurled, branding me with titles that shattered my spirit. The breaking point was not far off. The constant criticism, the lack of support, the judgment, the accusations, all culminated into a moment of stark realization. The realization that the unity we should have shared as a family was non-existent. The realization that the people I considered my pillars were the ones pushing me into the abyss. Even my partner fell victim to this division, leading to a breaking point. It was a painful awakening to witness the absence of familial support when I needed it most. In the end, it was not just a breakdown of unity, but a breakdown of trust, a breakdown of relationships that should have been my strength. My truth was silenced by accusations, branding me with titles that shattered my spirit. That was the breaking point. The moment when my partner, an unsuspecting casualty, was targeted by a barrage of misinformation. It was an ordeal that should have rallied my family to my side, but instead, I was met with a wall of condemnation. My family, the very people I expected to be my fortress in the storm, became the storm itself. Misconceptions and judgments like arrows flew relentlessly, not giving me the chance to shield myself, let alone voice my truth. I was left standing in the eye of the storm, alone and misunderstood. Each accusation was a blow, each judgment a stab, all contributing to an unbearable pain that was magnified by the absence of familial support. Support that was not just expected, but desperately needed. Yet in my hour of need, it was conspicuously absent. The feeling of being ostracized within your own family is a crippling one. It's like being in a room full of people and yet feeling utterly alone. The scornful eyes watching your every move, the sarcastic comments, the judgmental whispers, they all create an atmosphere so toxic it feels like you're drowning. The constant criticism, the relentless judgment, the unyielding scrutiny, it was like being trapped in a cage with no way out. Every action, every decision, every word was met with preconceived notions, leaving me perpetually misunderstood. It was a bitter pill to swallow, realizing that the people who should have been my biggest cheerleaders were, in fact, my harshest critics. The pain of the breaking point was not just in the accusations or the condemnation. It was in the realization that the family I held dear, the people I loved unconditionally, could turn their backs on me without a second thought. The pain was in the betrayal, the shattered trust, and the unspoken hurt. To be ostracized and belittled within your own family is a burden too heavy to bear. This was the breaking point, a point of no return that marked the start of a lonely journey, one that would lead to a painful awakening, a stark realization, and ultimately, a severing of ties. I made a choice for self-preservation, a step towards healing and safeguarding my peace. Indeed, it was not an easy decision. It was like pulling a safety net from beneath me, untying the knots that held together the threads of my identity. It was a step into the unknown, a leap of faith into a future that no longer included the familiar faces I once called family. But the decision was necessary, a choice I had to make for my sanity, for the well-being of my spirit that had been bruised and battered. It was a choice made in the face of stark adversity, a resolve to protect myself from the emotional turmoil that seemed to be my constant companion. You may wonder, how does one distance themselves from their own blood? How do you sever ties that have been entwined since your very existence? The answer is simple and yet incredibly complex. You make the decision every day, with every breath you take. You choose to no longer answer calls that leave you drained. You choose to not engage in conversations that belittle your worth. You choose to not let your spirit be dampened by the constant criticism. You choose to let go, to move on, to heal. And healing, my dear friends, is a journey. It's not a destination you reach overnight. It's a process, a gradual disentanglement from the shackles of past hurt. It's the nurturing of your spirit, the rediscovery of your worth, the reclamation of your peace. In the pursuit of this healing, I realized the importance of mental well-being, the necessity of emotional stability. I learned that no relationship, not even one tied by blood, is worth sacrificing your peace for. In the end, it was about setting boundaries. It was about understanding that I had the right to protect myself, the right to distance myself from those who caused me harm. It was about learning to say no, to stand up for myself, to reclaim my space. Blocking their numbers became a shield against further emotional turmoil. It was a step towards reclaiming my peace, a step towards healing, a step towards self-preservation. And in this journey, I found strength, courage, and resilience. I found me. Amid the pain and the rift, I found solace in accepting a bitter truth. We have grown apart. This realization wasn't immediate, nor was it pleasant. It was a gradual acknowledgement, like a creeping winter chill, that our shared past couldn't bind us together in the present. Our paths diverged, and the familial bond we once cherished fractured irreparably. This separation wasn't just a personal loss. It echoed in the lives of my children as they bore witness to the absence of grandparents and the impending loss of aunts and uncles. The void left by the family they never truly knew was filled with questions, but it was also a sorrowful consequence of choices made by others. But it wasn't all despair. They say, every cloud has a silver lining. And in this case, the lining was the importance of forging a chosen family. I learned that family isn't just about blood ties. It's about shared values, mutual respect, and unwavering support. It's about creating a sanctuary of trust and empathy, a haven away from the battleground my original family had become. My chosen family became my rock, my safe harbor in the storm. They stood by me, not out of obligation, but out of genuine love and respect. They showed me that family isn't always something you're born into. Sometimes it's something you build. And build we did. We built a family founded on understanding. A family that cherishes each member for who they are, not who they're expected to be. This chosen family became a beacon of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. They became the family my children deserved, a family that loved, supported, and cherished them. The acceptance of my familial estrangement was a bitter pill to swallow, but it paved the way for growth. It allowed me to break free from toxic ties, to carve out a path towards healing, and to create a life filled with love and respect. It reinforced the idea that sometimes, in order to grow, we must let go. And so, as I stand here today, I look back not with regret, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons learned, the strength gained, and the family I chose. The familial bond we once cherished fractured irreparably, but in its place, a stronger, healthier bond was formed. My tale is not one of despair, but a testament to resilience and the pursuit of a life free from toxic ties. In the face of adversity, we often discover our true strength. From my journey, I have learned that sometimes the hardest part isn't letting go, but rather learning to start over. It's about rewriting the narrative of our lives, and that includes the concept of familial bonds, which we are often told are unbreakable. But what if they are not? What if those bonds are the chains that hold us back, that keep us from growing and healing? It's a bitter pill to swallow, but sometimes the family we're born into isn't the family we need. And it's okay to acknowledge that. It's okay to seek out those who foster positivity, empathy, and understanding, those who respect and cherish us for who we are. This journey has taught me the importance of self-preservation. We often sacrifice ourselves in an attempt to keep the peace, to maintain the status quo. But at what cost? Our mental health? Our happiness? Our sense of self-worth? No, we must learn to prioritize ourselves, to set boundaries, to ensure our well-being is not compromised. It's not selfish, it's necessary. I have also learned that it's okay to feel the pain, to acknowledge the hurt. It's okay to mourn the loss of what should have been. But don't let it define you. Don't let it consume you. Use it as a stepping stone to rise above, to forge your own path, to create your chosen family. In the end, it's not about forgetting or erasing our past. It's about learning from it, growing from it. It's about taking those lessons and applying them to our present and future. It's about breaking the cycle and ensuring our children don't bear the same burdens. May this story serve as a beacon for those navigating similar tumultuous family landscapes. Remember, you are not alone, you are strong, you are resilient, and most importantly, you are worthy of love and respect. I've learned to craft a new narrative where my children find love, support, and understanding. It's a story that doesn't just belong in the pages of a storybook. It's a reality, a tangible environment that I've had to consciously create. A place free from the harsh winds of criticism and the cold frost of judgment. It's a world where their voices are heard, their feelings acknowledged, where they are not just seen but understood, where their worth is not measured by the weight of their mistakes but by the strength of their character. It's a home where they are encouraged to grow, to learn, to stumble, and then rise again. It's a journey that I am still on, a path I tread with determination, buoyed by the hope of a brighter, healthier future for my little ones. And in the end, isn't that what family is all about? Love, support, and understanding? Now, we've shared our journey. We've walked through valleys of discord and climbed mountains of unity. We've navigated the turbulent waters of distancing and found solace in acceptance and growth. But we understand that each journey is unique, each path different. We want to hear about yours. Have you experienced family discord or unity? What were your strategies for self-preservation and healing? Do you believe in the importance of chosen family? We invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your stories matter. Your experiences are valuable. Remember, your voice could be the beacon of hope someone else is searching for. So let's continue this conversation, and together, let's build a community of love, support, and understanding.